Welcome to Cannabis School. I'm your host, Jesse Angeles.
And I'm Brandon Elder.
And we're here to talk to you about everything pertaining to cannabis, from vape,
flower,
edibles,
strains,
and everything in between.
All right, Dante's Inferno today, people.
Things are gonna get spicy.
Dude, it is. You know what? Now that you say it, it kind of does feel a little spicy.
Ooh, it feels spicy.
Yeah, like I've had hot sauce in my mouth. So
Really?
we've been puffing on a concentrate over here. It is beautiful. Brandon, we should take a picture of what it looks like. Like you open the jar, look into it. Beautiful. It's got beautiful honey. I actually want to be Winnie the Pooh when he opened it up. Because I was literally singing that song in my head.
It looked, well, and it was still like a bit warmer, so it looked just like honey. Now that it's sat in the fridge, it's a little bit thicker, but I guess honey, as it sits in the fridge, does too. So.
Oh, Christopher Robin, I love honey.
Yeah, this one's fantastic. It's mixed with Oreos and Devil Driver. Never had that one, but.
Man, it's such a, so looking through it, okay, I'm just going to hit the negatives. Dry eyes, dry mouth, headache. Got the first two. I could see if I smoked a lot, I would get a headache.
Okay, I've not had that yet, but I've not smoked a lot.
Now, here's the cool thing, though. When it's flour or concentrate, like in dab form, I am prone to less headaches. Where I get headaches, distillates. Distillates give me headaches all the time.
Dirty disties.
Dude, dirty disties, even like those umos that we were puffing on. Those things
they got word. So here's the thing, and I was reading something on that this morning. Not umos or the quality of that, but on tariffs, introduction, and the effects of tariffs on cannabis.
Okay.
And specifically more the cartridges, the grows, because sometimes the tents and stuff come from outside.
Oh, yeah.
But most of the hardware for cartridges does come from outside. And that we could see anywhere from 25 to 45% increase in costs. So that would mean that some companies, in order to keep their margins the same, are going to decrease quality. And that we'll see a lower quality coming in across the board because they're trying to keep their same margins without going, hey, we have to charge this much more. Because could you imagine a Utah cart that's normally $60 being 80, 90, $100 for a shitty disty?
No, you wouldn't care. I won't even pay the prices for the carts they have now. Like in Utah, we have the Dragonfly and a bunch of other ones.
Pods.
Well, they're like
I have seen more live resins, though. I looked yesterday because I was like, oh my God, it's a new month. I wonder.
Yes.
I was like, what new strains do they have? None. Not a single new strain is out.
Well, they have pods, don't they?
Yeah, they have the pods for the carts, but again, those were, I felt like you didn't get all the oil out because that left a good amount in the bottom.
You lose 25% of the oil.
And I'm like, so that wasn't great. They're newer ones. We don't have the newest battery that it goes with, so we'd have to get a new battery for it.
Are you kidding me?
No, because the newer live resin ones are the ones that detect, remember? They said it detects what type of oil is in it, so it adjusts how the heat and that goes for it. So ours might be fine, but it might not work the best with that either. And I was like, okay, well, so if we wanted to try that, to go to a pod to try that, but I think Dragonfly really only had, most of them were Pure Plan or Moxie or one of the others. I'm like, so, they didn't really have anything new that we could do. Everything else, I was like, all of this is old products.
Well, and that's where when you're bringing up the distillate, like when we see the tariffs over there, what's that going to do? Well, yeah, it's going to increase the price of dirty disties, or it's going to actually decrease the value of dirty disties because it's going to be more plant-derived terps. It's going to be more bottom-shelf dry-ass weed that they're pulling it from.
Yeah. Or do we go more towards flower? I was watching an episode of a show, and they were talking about like the candy wave, all these candy strains that came in, Skittles, everything else that came with runts, and all of the hybrids and variants.
Obama runts.
That came through those. And you're like, okay, well, there's a million variants that came through there. So, and just introducing back to like gassier, other strains, cheesy strains and that.
Cheesy strains. I miss those.
Yeah, but like going back to those, away from the sweet, the candy, but I'm wondering if we get away from maybe dirty disties and that and going back more into flour and just concentrates specifically, because, hey, maybe if that hardware is too expensive, but does that also make the devices more?
And concentrates are, oh, sorry about that. I always do that. Okay, here we go. Just don't touch it. I just moved my hands a lot. I apologize. All right, anyways, disties, like over time, like it just...
Have you ever noticed a company with a disty who maintains consistency for years?
Never. Not one.
Yeah, they always seem to degrade over time. They're like, they start at a certain level and you're like, oh, these are great for this. And then it's like they take a step down and then they take a step down.
3 years ago, I believe the disties were way better.
It's the race to the bottom.
It is 100% race to the bottom. Heck, can I get it cheaper? But I'm going to produce it even cheaper with that one. I'm going to take shortcuts with chemicals to be able to give you the same experience, but I'm going to mask it. If that's the case, then just decriminalize D8 and start letting that go. I mean, if you're just going to fuck people up, just do it that way.
Yeah, I just wish... So I might
just be
more
honest
okay
about it,
with
because that's
D8
bullshit.
if it was cleaner products and we knew that it was like straight D8 or...
Have you had a really good D8 product ever?
Yeah, one. Remember when we had that HHC company on, and he had just one cart with him that he was like, oh, we made this because of XYZ reason, and this has been the best, purest form that we have ever seen. And when I puffed on that pen from theirs...
You still remember it?
Yeah, that was one that I was like, okay, I actually feel okay about that. The experience wasn't gross. It didn't feel dirty. It didn't feel like horribly synthesized. I was like, this doesn't feel 100% the same as THC, but it doesn't feel dirty, gross, like bad. So maybe there's
weird.
A benefit.
It's like a really light THC feel. Like I remember I had an edible and I went to this event for autism for my kids. Mm-hmm. And when we went there, dude, like it progressively got more high the more the day went on, and it just kept worse and worse. And by the time I got home, dude, I was ready to collapse, like dead. I was just like, oh my gosh, like the couch lock. So I went and smoked a sativa. Flower fixed me. That's why, you know, if that's the case, fuck disties. I'll never touch them again. I'm fine not smoking a cart. Yeah. I would rather do flower or really good edibles. To this point, I would rather do my
concentrates.
Dude, concentrates where it's at, man. Like, I'm so disappointed that my atomizer burned out.
Oh, yeah.
That sucks. Yeah, and then the one thing I will say about dab rigs is that things like this, they are far more amazing than any other coil base atomizer. Yeah. And like my Phantom and my honey stick, right?
Yeah. Oh, I've had a million of those little different metal coil ones.
It fucks up the taste.
I tried the G-Pen. I've tried like
G-Pen's
a million
gross.
different ones over the years because it was like, oh, here's this one. This one came out. This one's new. Here's this. And I'd just be like...
You have to have a porcelain banger, dude.
Yeah, this one is amazing. It's been the best. The Dr. Dabber Switch has been the nicest device that I've had so far.
Well, and... You know, it's nicer on the lungs. It's a better feel. It's a longer feel than you will off of a disty. Disties just, dude, like the new disties that we've tried, they're gross. They're just not, and they don't feel like even my wife had said, she goes, I did like 3 hits. I'm not even feeling anything. And I'm like, what the hell? It was like those slush pens that we went through one time.
Oh, the Lush. Yeah, those
Lush, slush, slut.
Yeah.
Slut pens.
Dirty slutty pen.
You dirty whore.
Try and stick them in your mouth and they make a big sticky mess everywhere and you're like...
Yeah, Brandon over there slapping it across the face. Anyway, so...
Yeah, so this one says it has notes of like tea, peppery notes, and ammonia.
I get peppery, not ammonia, but tea, that's unusual.
Yeah.
I get that.
I don't taste ammonia. It's not like cheetah piss. It's not...
Well, even the piss strains don't smell super ammonia.
No.
Like, they just smell like super, like, deep skunky. To me, it's not piss.
Yeah, it's
like a deep, it's like a
very
beyond.
Weird.
Yeah.
It's not quite skunky. It's a very... Yeah, I don't know.
Now, I will say this about Dante, especially within this concentrate that we are going. It's a very mild scent. It's not overly powerful. If you get that in a Dante's Inferno, do not get upset about it.
Terrible though, because I smelled it again,
good.
and I was like, oh.
But dude, Frosted Flakes.
Oh, that one smelled delicious.
Dude, it's like walking into a pine forest, and it was
so
like,
overwhelming.
Yeah, and the highs. But this one is nice.
Way.
It is super relaxing, not couch lock, very aware.
Yeah, you're very focused. It's supposed to be talkative.
Well,
I have a very chatty strain.
Well, we did an episode before this. We did a sesh, and yeah, I just kept going and going.
Well,
and
and
going.
even before that, we had recorded waiting for someone, and so we had a good amount of time. It's a very chatty strain.
Oh, 100%. It's a great chatty strain. A little bit of dry mouth, not overwhelmingly though.
Same with the eyes. Like, I don't even have water out here, and we didn't for this entire time, and I don't feel overly cottonmouth.
I've drank. I mean, we've been recording for now maybe almost 2 hours, and dude, I don't feel like I've had to drink a lot.
I haven't had a drink out here
That's
this entire
crazy.
time. That's what I'm saying. Like,
So dry mouth on the low end, I would be really curious. I would feel
not
that.
even overly dry eyes.
No, I get dry eyes from edibles.
That's where I feel it. Normally when I feel it's kicking in is the cotton mouth or the dry eyes. And I'm like, oh, the edibles are peaking. All right.
Oh, dude, that's why I like these sugar high ones. We've got these sugar high edibles. If you guys are out in the West Coast, East Coast, you guys have these. They are delicious. 50 milligrams live resin,
Nano infused.
Nano-infused.
That's what it is.
Dude, you feel it within 20 to 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Do it on an empty stomach too, because then that hits you faster, and then eat something. But dude, these ones, like, man, I am the funniest. Like, when we play Ghost on this, you remember that part where I'm like, dude, get out, shoot the tires on your side, and then we get in them all low rider. We just start laughing.
Oh, yeah,
But
it was a blast.
dude, when you are able, like, this is the kind of high you want for those moments. This is such a fantastic feeling. Great for de-escalation, I would feel. You get in a fight with the significant other, your family member says that they're right when they're just being a weirdo. Well, go out and take some Dante's, man. I think this is so great.
This is delicious. I really like.
I would love to hotbox this with a bunch of people who don't use it and just saying, don't worry, you won't get high. And then have conversations with them after.
That would be hilarious.
That'd be awesome, right?
Oh my gosh.
That'd be so good. Because then, like, one of the things, it's hard to find a strain that's good for community.
It can be, yeah.
And I'm glad you agreed with me on it, because it's something that everybody's like, oh no, cannabis is great. But there's some strains where I just don't want to talk to anybody. I just kind of want to be in my own head.
Sometimes, yeah. Some strains are perfect for that. I just want to sit down and read or like do something. I don't want to really go have a large conversation or have to interact a ton. I'm like, I just
But this one you could.
Oh, 100%.
This is a great one. Like, if Brandon started something a long time ago, maybe you guys should start doing it. Brandon would hold church, and he would get people of like minds to just come over and enjoy cannabis together.
When we'd listen to music, we would talk about life. It was a community. It just felt like church.
Yeah, it is church.
And
that's the true meaning of church, is having community. So try that out, guys. It's pretty cool. Get people together. Wesley, out there in New Jersey, bro. Come on.
Wesley-san.
Let's get it going, dude. You got so many people around you, dude. You could get people over there. Wesley knows who I'm talking about. He's probably tripping that we're talking about him. Wesley Carter, people. Look him up on Facebook. Now he's pissed. All right, anyway. So
You motherfucker.
yeah, I know, right? But seriously, guys, you got to go out there. Get some Dante's Inferno. If you tried it in a dirty disty, let us know. What's that like?
Yeah, what are the notes you get? Does it taste like tea or just like straight cat piss?
I get the tea notes, though. That's kind of cool. Like almost like a real mild Earl Grey.
I love that. I actually got some. Oh no, it was English breakfast. That's what it was.
Yeah, you get Earl Grey. That's English breakfast, isn't it?
No, there's both. There's an Earl Grey
right.
and an English breakfast.
Yeah.
But they're both black teas. They're very similar.
It's got a black tea feel.
Yeah, I like it.
It's so good. Terpenes. We didn't go into terpenes.
No.
So this is an indica-leaning dominant strain. I'm not finding terps.
You know, that's what I was looking at other places because both places, I didn't really see it on any place. However, it is usually around, it says 27, maybe 29% THC. So mid-20s, I would guess. Mid to high 20s. I'm very curious on the terpenes of this. Let's see what we can find because I would guess that it's, oh, here we go.
Lemony is number one. Caryophyllene.
Caryophyllene, limonene, myrcene.
Linalool.
And, humulene and visibolol.
Oh, yeah,
You see them on
humulene
that?
as a minor. And then you got myrcene and some phenotypes. But the three main ones typically with this strain are limonene, caryophyllene, and linalool. So you got two that are very anti-anxiety effects which makes sense, the linalool and the limonene. And the caryophyllene is that really it must be really deep in that one because of the spicy notes, but also the calming effect.
I didn't get really much peppery because I
got a little bit
kick.
like hot pepper.
No cough at all.
No cough.
Like at all.
Well, like
that was really impressive. I'm thinking about it. I don't know the last time we've had a strain that's not made us cough once.
Well, and that's another thing that disties, and that's where I think that's the quality of disties coming up because I cough more with disties, and I don't remember like when we used to get those gray market bangers, dude, they were delicious and they were good. Like they were,
and it never really made you cough.
Never. And you got pretty high on it. I remember getting fucking blazed on that.
Yeah, they were pretty solid.
Yeah, the like early effects, euphoric and mental stimulating, mild sedation. Later effects, calming, may lean sedative with heavy use. So I could see that. Again, in a disty, it's going to give you headaches. But man, I mean, what a great, that makes so much sense.
So this hasn't been charged in 2 or 3 days. And I've definitely dabbed several times for that 2 or 3 days. And it's been on for at least 2 hours as we recorded, taking hits throughout both of the shows. And it's finally dying. The lights are still on, but it's blinking on this front side, so I don't think it has any more hits. So,
that's
on this
awesome.
Thing is fantastic.
Yeah, dude, you can't beat that, man. I love it, man. It's been a while, guys, since I've had a strain where I was just really happy about it, where I was just like, you know what? I could do this all day, every day. I could get shit done, but I could also go chill and play video games with my best friend here. Like, honestly, this is an all-around strain. You want to take a nap? You can get that done, too.
Yeah, I think you really can accomplish just about whatever it is, except for melting into the couch and getting really I don't think this would get you hazy and foggy where you really forget.
Maybe like a strong edible, like a gummy, I could see that. Like maybe. I've had some, like I've got that one gummy, it's under AK-47, right? So AK Cherry, and not super sedative. It's fun.
Okay.
But it's not sedative. But then if you have grape ape,
it just wrecks you. Put you in the couch.
But this one, Dante's Inferno, man, it just feels like I would love to have this in an infused meal.
Yeah.
So
we should totally do that.
I'm going to take one of my latest creations. If you guys want it, I'll put the recipe in there. But I've got this like electric skillet thing that I've been using lately. Mm-hmm. And it literally it's half Dutch oven, half slow cooker, half skillet.
Interesting.
It's very crazy because I can make the most tender chicken you've ever had. But I would love to be able to infuse this into my teriyaki sauce that I make. So it is diabetic's worst nightmare, but my family loves it. And my kids my little daughter call it daddy sauce. So I have to make daddy sauce ever since she was little, and still to this day, it's called daddy sauce, and she's like 12. So it's super funny, right? But all I do is I take a fuck ton of brown sugar, and then I take cornstarch. I take like 2 tablespoons of cornstarch, just put it into the brown sugar, then mix that around, then put in a bunch of powdered ginger, and then I add the teriyaki sauce, put it on low heat, and I let that shit reduce. And that turns into like a syrup, right? I would infuse that teriyaki and then cook a bunch of chicken and just do like a basic bowl. This would be great because it's clean, it's tasty. Oh man, or a vinaigrette.
I've never actually, I've done a vinaigrette. I've infused salad dressings and
dude,
all
I should make some of my teriyaki sauce. I'll bring it over and then you infuse it.
That's what I was just thinking. I was like, man, I've never actually infused like a soy sauce, a teriyaki, other sauces.
You just do it after because you're not cooking with it.
You do a little bit, so it's just like infusing into it, just so it's mixed in very well. I'd activate that first, make sure it's all good, and then...
I'm going to make you a bottle of this stuff, because you know those bottles that they have at J-Dog's?
Yeah.
I make that.
Yeah.
I make that once a month, and it's full.
Your family goes through that in a month?
Well, they put it on rice, they put it on their chicken, they put it on sandwiches, they put it on everything. And they don't go crazy with it. They probably have like 2 teaspoons each time. But it's just the right consistency. It's almost like a thickness of like cold honey, where it drips slow, and I make it that way on purpose because I like it to stick to it like in the restaurant.
Yeah.
But dude, that would be amazing. Then you could put it on anything.
Well, that's what I love is just when you do something.
Wouldn't it be cool to have a
simple like
condiment that you just put it like ketchup?
Yeah.
Infused. I mean, ketchup's
Yeah, but like
infused ketchup.
well, but that's what I
don't
like.
know.
Seasonings. You make your salt, your pepper.
Yeah,
other
yeah,
things,
yeah.
Just like infuse those, and then you just drizzle it on top. It's already infused. It was like this meal just adds a little more flavor and panache. Chef's kiss.
No, look it up online. Well, maybe even if you guys want, Brandon will go through a tutorial on how to be able to create some infused oils that you can cook with, even butters. Don't just throw your flour into oil and think that's going to work. There's a science.
I did make coconut oil the other day, and usually because my dose is really high, I don't do any type of thing that I want to actually consume. I do it in like a shot because I want it to be quick, my body to just get it and be done. Because usually the flavors on things that I have to do are not as pretty because way too high of a dose. Or I have to do a lot of work in order to get it to contain that dose in a way that doesn't taste. And sometimes I'm like, the juice isn't worth the squeeze. So, wow, I didn't remember where I was going with that. Anyway, Dante's Inferno, good stuff.
Yeah, try an infused meal. If you can get it in flour, I'm pretty sure it'd be great. Concentrate, a little bit more bang for your buck. If it's in a disty, I don't.
Yeah, well.
Best of luck.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Catch you next week.
Take care.